Hi, everyone. My name is Shannon Mahoney, and I am the Manager of University Partnerships with Serify, specifically Money Education Textbooks and Dalton Education. And I am thrilled that you are here to learn a little bit more about Money Education Textbooks, instructor, and student resources. And so what I'm going to do today is just kind of take you quickly through what is available to you and your students when you do adopt the Money Education textbook for your class. And Money Education is a publisher specifically for financial planning and CFP textbooks. But what I will say is that there are many universities that use our tax planning, our investment planning, and not financial planning geared programs. And so they're very versatile books. They are used in undergraduate, graduate, and PhD programs all across the country. And they are taught with by many professors that have many different teaching methods. And so, like I said, they're very versatile books and they can be used in a myriad of different ways. So let's go ahead and jump in. This is the Money Education website. You'll see that as you hover over each of these books on the bookshelf, if you click on them, it will take you to that specific book's page. You can also just hover over textbooks over here and click on the book that you're looking for. You'll see here that the ISBN is listed here. There's a little overview, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, students can purchase the textbook directly through this page. So many university professors will actually just copy and paste this link right here into their syllabus, their course syllabus, so that students can purchase directly from the website if they choose to and ship straight to their house. Or if you would like your bookstore to carry some of the books, you can just share with them this ISBN number. So when you get your textbook and you open it up to the front page, you will see that there is a reference code in the very front page of the textbook, and that's going to give you access to the resources. And the same way to gain access to the student resources and the instructor resources is that reference code. So both students and professors will click login, and you'll create an account by clicking on create an account and follow the prompts. And for students, they'll automatically be approved and have a student account. For instructors, we will have to approve your account just to make sure that you have adopted the textbook. And sometimes we do have students try to get access to the instructor resources. So we do vet everyone as it comes through. So you will type in your email and password, and it will take you to kind of the dashboard. And My Books is where you're going to find all of your student and instructor resources. So you'll click on My Books, and you'll see here that I have a library with all of the Money Education textbooks in it. If you're new to Money Education, the only thing you'll see on this page is this register your book link. And so you'll click on that, and you'll see that you can select which book you would like to register, and you do have to choose the specific edition. And then in the front cover of your book is that reference code. So you'll type the book code in right here, click save, and then it'll pop up on the screen right here. So I'm going to walk you through the retirement planning resources. Our fundamentals textbook, all the way to retirement planning, all of our resources are set up exactly the same. The cases in financial planning textbook is a little bit different, so I will show you that in a second. But if you know what the retirement planning resources look like, you know what all of the resources look like, except for the capstone class. So, okay, so you'll see here that it says chapter resources and instructor only resources. So the chapter resources are the student resources. So when your students log in, they'll see exactly what you have. They just won't have the instructor only resources. So I'm going to click on that really quickly so you can see what they have. It's broken down by chapter and then general resources at the top. So for retirement planning, you'll see that the students have the annual limits for that year, and then there is the errata. So if you find anything in the textbook that is incorrect, always check the errata. This is where we'll put it until we update to the next edition. Typically there's not much in there, but there are always a couple of typos that we'll end up having to put in the errata. So we'll click on chapter 3 here. You'll see that the students have PowerPoint handouts that correspond with the PowerPoint presentation that you have as the instructor. And so that way students can print them out, take them to class, and take notes on them if they like to take handwritten notes. And then there are multiple choice questions at the end of each chapter, and we provide the solutions to the students so that they can use those to study. And so underneath each chapter, they'll have the multiple choice solutions that correspond with that chapter in the textbook. And then sometimes you will find an extra handout in here. So you'll see that in chapter 3, there's a handout on non-discriminatory testing. Now there won't be an extra handout in all of the chapters, just specific ones. So there's also this download all button that students can click on so that they don't have to download each thing individually. All right, so let's go to the instructor only resources. You'll see that it looks exactly the same. You just have a few additional things here. So first and foremost, you'll see that underneath the general resources, there is the test bank, and the test bank is written with midterms and finals in mind. It's broken down by chapter, and it's in a Word document so that you can copy and paste that into whatever testing system you use, whether it's your LMS or you're just building your own Word document of a test. And everything that I am discussing with you today is listed in this what's included in your account. So if you have any questions, just click on, you can download that. All right, so chapter number 3, I'm going to click on that same chapter, and you'll see here that you have a few more things. So you have the actual PowerPoint presentation, so you can edit it, you can add things to it, take things out, whatever you would like. And then you have the multiple choice solutions to the multiple choice questions at the end of each chapter, but there are also discussion questions in each chapter that you have the solutions to, but your students do not. So you can utilize these however you would like, but they do facilitate discussion in your class, and you have the solutions in your instructor resources. I'm going to skip over the practice portal Q&A and go to the quiz. For each chapter in each book, there is an end of chapter quiz of about 10 questions that has been put together for you to assign as homework, or even if you're just going to do an in-class quiz each class. And so can you mix and match the quiz questions and the test bank questions? Absolutely. However, these were written with, homework in mind. These were written with midterms and finals in mind. Then you've got the practice portal Q&A. I'm going to X out of here, and I'm going to show you the actual practice portal. So if you click on go to the practice portal, it will open up another tab up here, and it'll take you to the practice portal. So both of your students and obviously instructors have access to the practice portal. Now, if you're using more than one money education textbook, you'll see that you have the option to toggle between the different topics. So I'm going to click on retirement, and you'll see here that the questions are broken down by chapter, and then the students have the option of doing a quick quiz, which is 5 questions, or they can go through all the questions. We've listed the number of questions in each chapter to the left of the quick quiz. If you hover over each button, it explains what it is. So it says this quiz is scored. Questions are randomly chosen until each has been answered correctly twice. So as the students work through the quick quizzes, there are 5 questions. As they answer a question twice, this progress bar will begin to grow with the color green down here. So as they have worked through questions, but they haven't answered them twice, it will grow orange. So I'm going to click on a quick quiz so that you can see what a question looks like really quickly. And I'm not going to actually read through the question, but when the student decides what the answer is, they'll select an answer. And if it's correct, obviously it will show that it is correct. I selected the wrong answer here, but it gives the rationale of, how that answer how we got to that answer. So whether or not the student gets the answer right or wrong, we will show the rationale, and then they can click to the next question by using the arrow. Now you'll see down here that the students have the option of choosing the confidence level of their question. So let's say they have no idea what the answer is, but they guess it correctly. If they rated a low confidence question, the system is going to mark that it was a low confidence question, regardless of if they get it right or wrong. Now, the system is also marking which questions the students get correct and which questions they get incorrect. So this is really important because as the students work through, and I'm going to go ahead and just exit out and scroll down here, because you'll see that students will have the option to create custom quizzes based on their missed questions, their confidence level, and chapter. So if you're giving a quiz, a midterm on the first 6 chapters, they'll be able to select those chapters and then focus in on their missed questions and confidence level. And then they can also select how many questions they would like on the quiz. So that is why we do give them the option to work through all the questions at one time or to go through those quick quizzes. Currently, you're not able to see the progress of the student from the back end of which questions they get correct and incorrect. However, that is something that we are working towards diligently as the world has changed and online resources are more important now than ever. That is something that we are working on. But in the meantime, something that professors do if they would like to have this be an extra credit assignment or a pass-fail homework assignment is that they'll tell students, okay, I want you to work through chapters 2 through 6 until your progress bar has grown green all the way across. And when you're done, screenshot this page. Their email address will be listed in the top right, and submit this to me through the learning management system as an assignment. So this is just one way that professors are using the practice portal as a graded assignment, if you will. Now I'm going to flip back here to the instructor resources, click on instructor only resources, and you'll see that there is a document here that says practice portal Q&A, and we've broken down the questions from each chapter and put them into a PDF document for your reference, so that if a student has a question about a certain question, you don't have to go clicking through the portal. You can just pull it up in this document. So that's for ease of access. And you can also download all of the resources as well. All right, let's X out of here and go up to our cases in financial planning textbook. And I'm going to just go directly to the instructor only resources, and I'll show you the chapter resources in a second. But underneath the general resources, you will see that there's a lot of information for you. But the first thing is this read first. It's just some information for the instructor. There is a sample syllabi for the capstone class. And then you'll see that there are PowerPoints for the first 3 chapters that you can lecture off of. There is a PowerPoint for our comprehensive case, which is the Burke case. And then there are solutions to the Young mini case as well. There are 8 different mini cases in the textbook, 7 of which have the solutions in the textbook so that you can learn, work through those mini cases, and then the Young case can be assigned as a graded assignment. Then you'll see that there are end of chapter Q&A for each of the first 3 chapters. There's a lot of different resources here as well. A comprehensive case summary, and so on. When you click down here to the comprehensive cases, there are 10 comprehensive cases in the textbook that you can assign to individual students or groups of students, depending on how you choose to teach your capstone class. And we give you an analysis of the case as well as kind of a high-level glance of the details of the case as well. You can download all of this information by clicking download all as well. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that there is a financial statement preparation and analysis software that comes with the textbook. So students and instructors have access to the software, and I'm not going to go through all of the ins and outs of this, because if you go to Money Education's YouTube channel, there are a handful of YouTube videos that will walk you through how to use this software. But I will point out that it's similar to, an eMoney or a Money Guide Pro, so that students can get used to using this software. If you don't provide access to something like that, this is a really great tool for you and your students to use. Now, as an instructor, we can load all of the cases up here for you so that you don't have to actually take all of the time to do that. But this is something that your students will be able to use as they're working on their final projects, their financial plans. So the chapter resources are similar to the retirement. You'll see they have the PDF versions of the PowerPoint handout, the comprehensive case handouts as well, and then just the tax rate schedule for 2019. So this is your quick overview for the Money Education instructor resources and student resources for the textbooks. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Shannon Mahoney, my email is shannon@dalton-education.com. And I hope you guys have a great day.